just FPV.
Alright, tribe, here we go. I made this poll about if you are interested in my adventures with Walksnail, which not will end up in some kind of you gotta buy this and you gotta buy that. This is good, this is not good. No, I will tell you how I went through with this migrating from analog systems over to Walksnail. So, how and where do we start? First of all, currently, I've got the set since December. So I bought a goggle and 2 receivers, and well, I decided that would be a good start to figure out if this works for me. So, what does it take for me that it will work, that Walksnail in this case will work for me? Well, plain and simple said, I need a reliable system which is easy to carry and got a decent footage, and well, some range would be nice, wouldn't it? Right. Lesser priorities is latency, as I'm flying fixed wing or wings after all, and so that's why I picked Walksnail. Well, perhaps I should just throw in some more words about why I got Walksnail and not DJI or HD0 or you name it. Well, HD0, pretty cool system. They listen to the community and they do stuff really good. Has been on the market a while, and the hardware is lacking to be around, so it's hard to get my hands on HD0. HD0 has to focus on latency, which is not that much my priority, so well, that was done there. What about DJI? Well, great footage, experienced systems. Well, yeah, and I've seen it and I've tried them, and why didn't I pick DJI? I didn't pick DJI because I don't want to be in that well, in these shackles where you just have to say, well, will my hardware be supported next year, this year, whatever. After all, digital is not that cheap. If you buy a plane down the road and say, well, I need this and that, and you're fast up in some few €100 or more. I don't need to tell that, I guess. Well, what about O3, the new DJI system? Brilliant idea. I really like that. And 4K 60 with Rocksteady. Sweet thing. Also 20 gigabytes on the air unit. Nice too. But after all, it's pricey. And if you got a fleet of several planes you have to equip, then the price tag knocks me, and I will only talk for me now, knocks me for my feet. Because you got to be sure of the one main thing. What goes up must come down, some more or less soft. And as a matter of fact, sometimes things get down harsh, fast, and brutal. And you don't want to spend all your money on something that is just going down like that and is not easy to replace. Because, first of all, there are not that many O3 units around, neither are the goggles. So, and you don't know about those OC things and when they will be supported by DJI, or if they will be at all, or somebody goes hacking this again and enables this for you. Hopefully this will do for all guys who is up and into DJI. I wish you luck with that, and my fingers are crossed for you that this will work out. For me, it's got to be Walksnail. Walksnail isn't perfect, don't have to mention that. Got its flaws, lacks some features. But after all, if you count left and right and something in between together, then you'll end up like me as a wing pilot saying, well, what do you want? Well, I want a reliable DVR. I want OSD data in it. I want the support. And I want a company that reacts on the community. And although Cadex isn't famous for supporting their people so much, they do listen, and you can see in the updates of the firmware that there are coming new updates around, and features are getting presented over and over again. So each month you can guess there will be a new firmware currently, and also a new next level beta. which is nice. And as a matter of fact, now I'm into the details. I fly the beta, the latest, the greatest, perhaps, and with some flaws, perhaps too. So, well, that's it. That's the story so far. What more can I tell you? Yeah, what happens to your planes and projects when you shift from analog to digital? If you build up your planes like I do, then you'll have the problem that your plane, after all, gets some of its guts ripped out. So usually I separate the VTX or the receiver good away from each other. Now all my planes have this gap because I've ripped analog out. Sad. So you've optimized a good build and then you have to rip it out again. Oh, that's stupid. And why is it that like that? Why do I have to do this? Yeah, that's of course because you got the VTX and the camera unit in one little brick, and this needs cooling. The cooling is in the center. You don't want to have too many wires, and you only got a UART you have to apply to your flight computer, and you're done. Well, brilliant. But your old planes, well, they will have some scars after that. Okay, that's enough of the talk, and let's get over to the fancy things we talk about. What's good about digital when you go from analog for wings? Well, good. Well, you only need one connection, one free UART. That's good. That's good. And with that said, you can see on my head I got the goggle on it, and I got the True RC set on it because I guess it's needed for what I'm doing. Well, we're gonna find out in a minute, or I will find out in a minute, because I've got the T1 Ranger with me. First of all, when you power up stuff like this, you can see this is working. I'm waiting for a signal transmission from the headset as this wants to communicate. I didn't power up my headset so far and let the hatch open so it can breathe. That's of course because I don't want it to overheat too much. There we go. And we'll hunt for some satellites now. This is going to be fast, I guess, and then we'll get up there. But keep in mind, ventilation is a good thing to have, because otherwise it would just burn out.
As promised, it's time to go flying, and I'll take you with me and narrate this a bit. So originally the intention was to do some range checking, but due to the temperature and a lack of time, this had to be, well, how do I say, cut down to a minimum. You can see we fly here with about approximately 25 megabits, and it's currently at 23, which is not that bad, but we are still not far away, about 700 meters. The system is not flawless. You can see there are many bugs in the firmware, yet you can see the distance won't change. And that's due to me having recorded this clip and rewinded it. Then the lower bar won't update anymore. So it will keep 23 megabits all through this part of the flight. And also the range. So hooray, I was only 578 meters away. Well, let's just consider this. You can see the image, it's not altered at all, it's not gyroscoped or rectified or whatever you guys do with your images. It's simply flown. And I like the contrast, I like the image, it's beautiful, it's really beautiful. The iNav OSD blends in wonderfully, and I like the colors, and I didn't do anything for this. This comes straight out of the box, flying iNav 5.1, while the rest of the nation surely is flying iNav 6 in some way, and well, yeah, me not. You can see everything's cool. The antennas are just chucked in, no special placement, and I will try to do a little bit with the placement in later flights, but for now this is simply as it is. I want to give you an impression on how good the image is when you're flying, and that's due to the HDR stuff that's going on in the camera. You can see we got some fluffy ones here, and from the left hand side the sun is bursting in. but you can see everything. Everything is good, and as we pan over here, you can still see anything, although the sun is shining straight ahead. That's good. That helps a lot, and well, makes me a happy man. Not only because of the fluffy ones, of course. Here's another example on how good the camera for me is. When you're flying like me, like this, like in this scene, as an example, of course, you'll have situations where the sun is bursting in or the light is bursting in and everything else would just be, well, dark because of the HDR, which is missing. Not here. This works really out. You can see the sun is blown out a bit, but aside of that, every shade is good to disguise, and that's marvelous. In this last example, I want you to pay attention onto the bitrate in the belly of the video. You can see it's just getting to 11 megabits and just moving up and down. Now we're down to 0 megabits, and you can still see we are flyable. That's good. No brown pants moment. Like now it's stuttering a bit, but remember, we are 1 or 2 megabits and it's still flyable. No big thing, no big deal. You have enough time to react and to get back into the right direction or focus your antennas to the point where you have to be. And I really like this. I was scared about this because I don't want a black screen like I've heard of, just shut down because no reception was there. But you can see this really works. This really works. It gives me comfortable feeling flying, and you can see if you just begin to start at 0 megabits and you can fly at 1 megabit in 1080p. What are we talking about? How bad can it be actually? The system is warning you adequately. I got those red markers around the screen, and I'm good. I really like this. So now you got a direct impression from me as a first quote on how I like Walksnail for me in my way of using it. And I didn't say purchase it, did I? No, you don't have to. You have to make your own mind and make your decisions for yourself. And well, if you look behind me, you can see there's a whole mess of wings and planes and stuff waiting, and there and whatever. This will appear sooner or later in the feed, in the videos, and for now I would like to thank you for watching, and it was great having you back here, and I hope to see you again next time. So if you would like to do me a favor, please consider subscribing, and that would really help me out and do a good thing for the channel. And for now, what's left to say? Well, I have to wait for the next receivers or transmitters because I'm out of those. I've got only 2, and then I will tell you what this 20 centimeter thing is good for. Anyways, that's it from me for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Have a nice time, and hopefully you got there better than me. Then you can fly, so you can fly. Bye bye.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome.